Tuesday. It definitely something's going up when your leader shows up with no makeup and with a hat on because there's too many things going on that I want to make sure to deliver to you today because the information that you're going to have is crucial, especially now. We are just a few weeks away from Ignite Convention, and you can see that Facebook is lightening up like a bonfire because people are getting promoted. People are recruiting, people are getting on the leaderboard, getting that five people or 10 or they're 20. So we definitely eyeing the momentum. And today, the first thing that I want to make sure to address on this webinar is to welcome all our new agents that logged in to make sure that you guys know about the Ignite Convention that's coming up in September 17th, I believe, where not only you want to register yourself, but you want to make sure that you bring as many people as you can to this convention, because this convention is not only for the agents, but it's also you can bring guests. Do you know what this convention can do to your guests? It's unbelievable. So Ignite Convention is going to be in Phoenix. I promise you the weather is going to be nice. It's going to be a lot of fun time spent with us. And the other thing that you guys got to know is that we have a guest speaker. Our guest speaker at that convention is none other than John Maxwell, a great author, a great person, great leader that teaches a lot of personal development. And from what I know, a lot of people come on his webinars or his actually seminars and paying thousands of dollars to attend those seminars. So you just have to pay an entry fee of, I think it's $130 right now to register yourself with the Ignite Convention and get there. No matter what it takes. In fact, I'll double make sure the dates for you. It's September 17th through 20th. It's basically you want to get there on September 17th, which is a Thursday night. You want to absolutely be there Friday full day, Saturday full day, and fly out sometime in the evening on Sunday. So if you have a job, take this day off. I remember a couple of conventions when I just started in this profession, I actually called in sick from the convention to make sure I got my Friday off. So I flew out the night before on Thursday and then called in sick on Friday. So no matter what you have to do, you gotta be at this historic event. And the reason, like I said, we are running like crazy right now. We want to make sure as many of you as possible are getting there. We have special dinners, we have parties, and when it comes to parties, Secret knows definitely how to party. Those of you that want to make money and wanted to see who is making money and how they're making money, this is the place to be, where you're going to see all these top money earners being there. Obviously, we're going to share a ton of information for you, for those of you who wants to know all the details, all the pieces of the business. And, it's for those of you that want to help a bunch of other people. You want to drive as many people there. Hey, get a van, put people in the van, be the driver, bring them there, because you can highly benefit from that. And I can't stress enough. So Ignite, September 17th through 20th, you want to be there. Make sure to get your tickets, to get your buses, to get your minivans booked and get there for sure. The next thing is I'm going through my housekeeping stuff. All this information, by the way, you can find in your back office, so you can always log in. There's a lot of information there. So make sure to check some of it. Some of it, it's not going to happen in one day. It took me, because with the new enhancements that we have to the back office, there's lots of Wow Party resources. There's something called the Agent Bootcamp, where in small increments of 4 to 5 minute videos, you can get little trainings on how to get somebody started, how to create names list, how to do a mud party, how to do everything. It's an Agent Bootcamp. So again, refer to that. When it comes to our website here, we have some of our replay webinars that we've done on the askthecalls.com. One of them is about an hour long, where I do a detailed presentation of a mud party with the product and the flip chart. So make sure that you log on that. Again, this webinar is going to be short, no more than 30 minutes. We're trying to be conscious of the time because some of you are calling in from the East Coast. So make sure to check out that particular training, play it at your own leisure, and let your people know about it. If you, by any time, you have a question or you just want to shoot me a text, please feel free to call me or text me. My phone number is 253-606-0420. 253-606-0420. So let's get to the mud parties. This is what the webinar is all about. So I want to first of all answer three main things of why, where, and when. So why mud parties? Number one, it creates a massive leverage for you. It creates a lot of fun. It creates an immense synergy, and it creates kind of a social gathering where people can look at each other and see each other's results, where the presenter don't even have to be participating. They're just applying the product and people looking at each other and they see the difference. Today, I've done a Skype WA party where people were sitting around in the room and they were looking at each other. Some of them did not know each other and they were saying, look at your face, look at your face, look what happened to your eye. So I wasn't even there. I was there via computer, but they were talking to each other, ultimately selling each other on the product. Now, leverage, why is it important for you to have those mud parties, and why we recommend that it's the most advanced, most efficient way to do your business is because you can get together with a few people over a week period of time, which, by the way, today we're going to talk about daily method of operations of your money-making activity. So make sure to have a piece of paper and a pen nearby to take some notes. But leverage is important. Wouldn't you agree? If you're working long hours in a day and all you have is to invest only maybe a day and a half in secret and a few hours throughout the week, wouldn't that be important to spend it on something that creates the biggest return on your time investment? And that's what we're here to do. So WA parties do allow you to do that. So when you have a list of people that you're calling through and inviting them to your parties, you instead of meeting with one person at a time that takes about an hour and a half, you can do exactly the same thing. Spend an hour and a half calling people and invite them to your mud party, where now you have 10, 15 people at your mud party. By the way, the best amount of people to have at your party is no more than 8, because then it kind of gets rowdy and it's hard to talk to people, answer their questions, and do all the above. So make sure to schedule your mud parties. And today, like I said, I'll give you a brief breakdown what's the best way for the flow of your week and what to do every day, kind of your to-do list for today, for every day. Where do you have your mud parties? Well, the best way to do it is in the kitchen, to do it in your living room, to do it in your dining room. Right now, I'm sitting in my dining room because guess what? When you have a party at your home, where do you people usually congregate? That's right, they're in the kitchen, or they're in the dining room, or they're somewhere homey, right? Somewhere where there's a lot of cooking going on. So with Secret, we have cooking going on without secret products. So you want to make sure to book it at your home, to do it at your home or people's home. And, you know, I've seen sometimes people shortcome and they do 5 wows in 5 minutes at the house. Why would you want to do that? When you have a house and you have a person sitting right there, do apply the product on their face. Let them experience not just a piece of Secret on the wrist, but experience it on the full face and really get the feel of what Secret is all about. The power of Secret is in the result on your face. That's why we call them skincare for your face and for your body. Now, sometimes we do have parties that we do, like say in the offices. Like I know somebody did at the dentist office or a chiropractor's office where they did a demonstration, or it was an employee appreciation party. Of course, you can certainly do that, but don't again, at the party, while you have a chance to talk about our host program, pass around little cards and maybe incentivize them with a gift to host a party and take the parties from that office into their home. Now, when is a good time to have party? Anytime is a good time to have a mud party. But honestly, and honest of it, I recommend to book 2 mud parties when we stick into our S4S system that tells us to do 2 parties every week for 4 weeks straight. You want to book one on the weeknight, one on the weekend, so that you are able, when you invite people, you give them a choice whether they can make it on the weeknight or the weekend. I know school started, so everybody's schedule is different, so we want to make sure that people have a chance to come to your party and maybe do it on the weeknight or do it on the weekend. So that's about why, where, and when. Something I want to give you, small numbers that make a big difference, all right? Something that we did for the first 6 months in the business, we wanted to track our mud parties and to really see the numbers behind them, to see how much product do we sell. If we track every party we had, some parties were attended by 1 or 2 people. Some parties were attended by 15 to 20 people. So we averaged out, and this is something you want to write down because it's going to give you a lot of peace to your heart to know that there is incredible money to be made with not only with Secret, but especially with the system that we have in place for you guys. So we averaged out, when we looked at all the parties that we did over six months period of time, that we averaged anywhere between 4 to 6 people per party. And it's really the most manageable amount of people to have at your mud party. Then we looked at all the products and all the volume that was driven through those mud parties in the period of 6 months. And we came up that over that period of time, and there was over, I would say easily over a few hundred wow parties that we tracked. So, so we tracked all those parties. We looked at the total volume that been sold of the product. Some people became agents, some people became customers. So we wanted to track all the volume, and we tracked out that we sold on average about 500 BV per party, business volume per party. So we have 4 to 6 people at the party. We had about 500 business volume per party. And at that time, of course, it wasn't just us doing the mud parties. We had a whole bunch of people. In fact, about 20, for more, a little over 20 people, because out of the gate, you want to make sure, if you, especially if you're new, you go out and recruit 20 people right away, immediately. So we had about 25 to 30 people doing those demonstrations. So we averaged about 100 parties per week in our organization. So when you take all these numbers and you take 500 BV and you multiply it by 100 parties, if that activity is happening in your pay leg, in the leg that you're building, then it's 50,000 BV in that leg that will be running through in terms of volume through that part of your organization. And at that point, obviously, you would be at minimum of a bronze agent. Just in team commissions that yields about 15%. If you take 15% of 50,000 business volume, that's about $7,500 per week or per month. You know, the 100 parties does not happen, that doesn't have to happen in a week. You build it up to that. But what if you have 100 parties happening in a month, right? It's 25 parties per week. You can kind of see how it can happen. Now, again, I'm throwing big numbers maybe at you. But if you eliminate a couple of zeros, it's still a pretty good number, right? So imagine if you have average party, I didn't say 40, 50 people per party. I just said 4 to 5. And you only market about 500 BV per party. It can yield to you over a month period of time almost in 6-figure income, because I just picked the one part of the compensation plan, how we get paid. So how do you prepare? The preparation in the mud party is everything. You want to make sure that you have all the goodies for your party. The number one thing that you want to have, the number one thing that you want to have, the number one thing you want to have is the product. Now, why the product? Because it's hard to do a demonstration without the product. It's also hard to have a party with just the salt and nose scrub and a body butter. It's going to be a very brief party. You'll definitely probably have a customer because people love our product. And we have a fully demonstratable line of products. So you can have a foot cream and a hand cream, and you probably will have a party. I mean, you will have a customer. But it's hard to do a demonstration on the half of their face to really experience the Recover, the M4, the clarifying mud mask without having the product. So you want to make sure to equip yourself with the Secret package. And I am talking about the minimum of a premium package and higher, because really, if you have a choice, if you're looking at the packages, and you really, and most people when they look at the packages, at the form, everybody wants the professional package. You know why? Because it has everything you need for your own use. It also has everything you need to tickle every person or tease their interest in every product we have. We have shampoo in it, we have men's line, we have hair line, we have it all, right? So start with something. If that's not quite into in the place where you can do it, maybe you will start with a special agent, or maybe with a premium pack. Guess what? Our company made it so simple. They said, hey, start with something and set up your S4S system. Set up your next 2 parties every week for the next 4 weeks, so essentially 8 parties. and just start exposing people. The person that sponsored you in the business, or the person gang up and help each other out. And we want to make sure to have as many people exposed to this product, so in the process of a month, we can actually upgrade your package. And if you started with a premium, we can upgrade it to special. And then from there on, we can upgrade it to a professional pack. Do you know you can make as many upgrades as possible in 1 month and your first month in the business? So the key is again, to show and to demonstrate it to as many people as possible, so they can in turn do exactly the same thing. So have the products, have the package. It's one of your commitments that you're really deciding to do to change your financial future. Anything new, any business, if you take any traditional business, most businesses start at $200,000-$300,000 investment. It's a lot of money. And then, you go down, maybe it's a latte stand or a coffee stand. Obviously, it's going to be maybe not $200,000-$300,000, but maybe it would be $20,000 to $50,000, depending on the coffee shop, right? And then maybe you scale it down. Maybe you have a carpet cleaning business. Maybe that one is not as much. Maybe it's just going to be, well, carpet cleaning, it depends, depending on the truck and how big you want it to be. But maybe it's a lawn mowing business, right? Again, the investment maybe would be $4,000 to $5,000 with all the prep, all the machines and everything that you need. Now, ours, the highest, the most you can spend with Secret is $1,600, and that will set you up for months and months and months. And again, with the activity, we're making sure we have an incredible product program called Superstar. We have an executive, we have a Royale. Right now, we have a double rank advancement bonuses where you guys can get double the money that you're making your rank advancement. You got to hit bronze as fast as possible. So make sure to equip yourself with the product so you don't leave anything to chance. I think I made it clear that you need the product, right, to do the parties. So the second thing you need to do to make sure that you're prepared for your mud parties is applications. Applications is everything. You got to have paperwork to sign people up. I know that we have computers. I know we have cell phones. I know we have all sorts of gadgets that we sign people up. But guess what? If you have 6, 7 people at your party, you assist in 2, you're signing them up. What is the other 5 doing? What are the other 3 people, other 3? They're waiting. So rather than that, you can actually walk around and help them to fill out the applications, to pick the product that they like. They can fill it out, and then later on you can enter it online, and boom, you get paid. Did you guys know we get daily pay on the first order customers? 30% of the dollar amount is crazy. So if today is Wednesday, you entered the offer, and within 24 hours, the money will be downloaded into that account, and you can pay bills with that card on Friday or Saturday or Sunday or Monday. So it's an incredible way to do life. Today, life is a fast-paced life. So we want to make sure that when people make a decision, we have all sorts of ways to sign them up. We have all sorts of ways to fill out their paperwork, whether it's an application online, on iPad, on the laptop, or it's an application, just a regular good old application. Fill out the form and let them go and set up your parties with them so that they can go on their own way. The last thing that you need for your parties is a skincare analysis form. It's a fantastic tool. I can't stress enough how much it helped me. In fact, how much it taught me. Because when you have your people, when they're walking in and they go into the mingle station, we're trying our body stuff. After they try the salt and oil scrub and the body butter, then slowly some of them are trickled to your mud party table. So what do? They sit down, they maybe chat, they maybe have a little bit of spa water, they may be, sitting down and just having a little bit of snacks. But wouldn't that be nice to have this little skincare analysis form that they can fill out and actually learn about their skin? Because why? If you're not an expert, just like I'm not an esthetician, I don't know how to know which mask is best for them, which line of product applies best for them. So when they fill out the skincare analysis form, all I need to do is look at the result, and it says, oh, you have combination skin. Oh, you have dry skin. Oh, you have normal skin. And then it gives you the analysis on which line of product you should be using, foundational or age-defy. And guess what? When you turn it around, they can follow the process. They can follow the regimen that's going to be applied to them. So it's an incredible tool. I absolutely love it. And at the end, at the bottom of on the opposite page, it recommends which bundles they should be purchasing. So it's a really bulletproof that you can use that form and make yourself look smart. That's what I do at every mud party. It makes me look smart, and products work 100% of the time. So then I don't have to ever guess. So I have products, have applications, have skincare analysis form. Now, like I said, you can go on the askthecalls.com and watch the full, I did the detailed mud party presentation. So it will give you guys a chance to kind of catch up of what I'm talking about. Today, like I said, I'm gonna give you a run through of your mental set and kind of what we do at the parties. I apologize, we have a lot of dinging and notifications going on that people are moving and asking for three-way phone calls and so forth. So just bear with me. So host program, we have an incredible host program. Book parties from parties. Don't wait until the end of the party to book a party with somebody. Meaning, when you talk about the host programs, don't be afraid to pass a request form. Or when you look at my training, you will see that I'm passing little cards there where I'm asking people for their favorite products. They write down what's their favorite facial product or what's their favorite body product, and then they fill them out. And then I say, I like to pass little gifts to the people that host a party for me, and I suggested like a body mud or maybe a skincare or a nail care collection. Or online, we have a host program gift set where you can offer them a candle or maybe offer them a triple pack of body lotion, foot cream, and a hand cream. So you can give a variety and they pick their own host gift that you can bring to them. And it's exciting because they're getting something for free. It's exciting for you because now you're getting a contact. You're learning something about them. You know what products they like, and you also know what kind of products you can get for them as part of the host program for free. And guess what? We are very fast progressing into one of the busiest time of the year. It's called Black Friday and Christmas. And obviously in November, we have one of the biggest day of the year for Secrets called the Black Friday sale. So you would want to have all those cards with that information at that time with you. So make sure to book parties from parties. Use our host program to recruit people and to book more parties, because guess what? I said recruit people. Why? Because if I am at your party today and I became a customer and you booked a party and all I want to do is just show a few of my friends some of Secret products and I'm getting a free gift, a nail care collection from you. I am happy, you are happy. And then guess what happens? Few of my friends come over, there are 5 of them, let's say 3 of them became VIP customers. And first of all, as a host, I'm going to receive a $10 product credit, right? So that's good. But if they became customers, guess what that means also? That they purchased something. That means there is commissions on the table that unless I become an agent, I can't benefit from those commissions. So mud parties, the second wave of mud parties, is an incredible tool to recruit more people in this business. We just need to have more of them. So that's the save, make money, close. Next thing. At the parties, after you explain the host program, the masks are off, make sure to ask for sale. You gotta ask if people want to save money and become a customer, or they want to save money even more and become an agent. And by the way, I will always lead with the agent because the timing today couldn't be better. You guys, we are heading in the most exciting time of the year. Some people are gonna miss it. There is a good expression where, some people will say, what happened? So don't be that person. Ask those people and tell them that you are geared up. Show them your day planner. Say, look, I have parties booked. I have only 2 days that I can work with, but I have my people that are in the business together with me. They will help me to host a party for you. This is the hot time to come in Secret. And then obviously the last thing that they will fall back onto is customer. And then guess what? In both cases, we're booking parties. So if we didn't sign up our customers as agents right now, we're gonna do it on the second or third waves of mud parties. So the more parties, the more money you're gonna make. The more parties will yield you more agents, the more parties you have, the more you will have more customers, which means more volume and a bigger check to you. Now I wanna move into S4S system and kind of run it through with you guys, because I know we have a lot of new agents on this call with us, on this webinar, so you guys know what does it mean, S4S system. There's actually 4 steps in the S4S system. Number 1, equip yourself with a package. Make a commitment, have product that you can demonstrate. Number 2 is book 2 parties per week, minimum of 2 parties per week. I know a lot of people right now have big goals to hit a certain rank because everybody's running after double rank advancement bonuses. So they're booking, instead of 2 parties per week, they're actually doubling or tripling the S4S. So instead of 2, some of them are having 4 to 6 month parties per week. So if you're new and you're just starting out, hey, I understand you're doing it part-time, 2 parties is great. So have yourself a package, book a minimum of 2 parties per week. Number 3, have minimum of 3 people at each party, 3. And I'll teach you how to get those 3 people. And number 4 is commit to 4 weeks. And frankly, I think that last one, the commit to 4 weeks, should be actually at the top of the chart. You got to commit at minimum to see and to learn from those 8 parties how to do them in the first month in the business. So that's the S4S system. And by the way, S4S stands for, the secret for success. I'm thinking about the system. So secret for success. So you want to make sure that, again, commit to purchasing a product, a package. Number 2, book 2 parties per week. Number 3, get 3 people to each party. Number 4, commit to 4 weeks. Next thing we're going to be talking about, daily method of operation, DMO. So important. I can't stress it enough. And its daily method of operation includes MMA. And I'm going to spell it out for you. MMA stands money making activity. It's all about the MMAs. Why? Because we're humans. We come home, we start rearranging the product, we start thinking about, we start compiling things, we had sorting things out. Oh, wait, I started cleaning my product, my shelves, maybe I should clean the house, and before you know, you're distracted. So we want to make sure that you have a list of things that you do every day that creates the most money for you and your family. Now, how do we do it? So I'll run the first thing first before I get into the daily method of operation and the money-making activities. The number 1 thing that you got to have, and this is non-negotiable, you guys, and I know we have seasoned agents on this webinar as well. The number 1 thing you got to have is a names list. Without names list, your business is not going to get anywhere. You're going to have, first of all, you're going to have a very slow business. And I know there's an expression called slow boat to China. I don't like slow boats. I like fast boats. Even if they're big, I still want faster boat to get to wherever I'm going, right? So you want to have a names list. How many people you should have on the names list? If I ask those of you that are new maybe on the webinar, today, in the last 3 days, I've asked people and I got answers anywhere between 15 people to 200. So you need to have a minimum of 150 people on your list. Now, how do you get this 150 people? Sometimes I have people that say, well, I only know about 70 people. And I said, are you kidding me? Were you born and raised here? And they're like, yeah. Did you go to school here? Yep. Where you from? California. How long you been in Phoenix? 10 years. How long you been in California? 20 years. So you only know 70 people, really? And when I moved here from Russia, when I started in this profession, I, as an immigrant who didn't go to school here, who wasn't born and raised here, who only had a job for like 5 years, I had my job, I knew 78 people. That's how many people I had on my names list. Now, you guys have by far more people that you know. Now, obviously, there's got to be a tool that will help you to create that names list, and that tool called Memory Jogger. Now, the Memory Jogger is fantastic. If you haven't done your names list with the Memory Jogger, put your spouse, give them a glass of wine or coffee, and say, all I need you to do is read me the category, and I'm going to start writing the names of people. Ideally, you want to have to get together with your sponsor where you're reading the categories, so they're reading categories for you, and you're writing that names list for them. That is the ideal way to do it. But you have to have a minimum of 150 people, because then your daily method of operation of your money-making activity will become smooth as butter. Here's how. If you have a names list in front of you, written names list, not database, not the computer thing, not the phone contact list, but an actual written out list of names of people. Now, what will happen is you're gonna bring that names list with you everywhere, because when you're in the car, you can't look over, you can't you cannot dig out into your computer, you can't go in your contact list, you can't do none of that. But you can have a piece of paper sitting right there on your dashboard that you can stick with the little non-stick tape, and you can have all the names written out. And then you have this little device that, by the way, comes with the headphones. And you can ask Siri or whatever to dial a certain person or dial that number. And you can easily do all of that either on your way to work or you're on the way back to work. I know most of you that work full-time, your commute, I highly doubt, is 10 minutes. Your most commutes are anywhere between half an hour to an hour and a half. So this is a perfect time to call people to find out if they can make it to your mud party. So let me run little numbers by you so that you guys feel more comfortable with getting 3 people to your mud parties. So let's assume today is Monday or Tuesday. Today is Tuesday, all right? So we booked mud party for you on Friday night, on the weeknight, and we booked a mud party for you on Sunday night. Now, we recommend to have minimum of 3 people to each party, right? So let's just say we want to get 3. Of course, we want more, but let's say 3. If you want more, just add your numbers of the people you call, and I'll show you how. So we want to get 3 people to the party, which means we have to have 6 people that's gonna say, yes, I'm gonna come to your party. Why? Because we wanna have twice as many people say, yes, I'm gonna come, to make sure that at least a half of them shows up, right? It's like a wedding. If you send out 300 invitations, does all 300 people show up to a free party with the drinks? No, it's about a half of them that shows up, right? So it's the same with parties. So we want to have 3. That means we have to have 6 people that's gonna say, yes, I'm gonna come to your party. To make those 6 people say, yes, I'm gonna come to your party, we're gonna invite at minimum twice as many. So how many is that? That's right, it's 12. So 12 people for the first party and 12 people for the second party. So a total of 24 people. Let's just make it 25, just to be even. 25 people that we need to call from that fabulous list that sits right in front of you. So what does that mean? Every day for the next 5 days, you're gonna make a phone call to 5 people. Are you stressing out that some of them are gonna say they're not gonna make it? No, because we already know we calculated it in the numbers of averages. So let's say first call goes, and it's a voicemail. You're gonna leave a brief voicemail saying, hey, call me back as soon as you can, I have something important. Click. They will call you back, or you will follow up, put their name on the follow-up on the next day. If you make a phone call and somebody says hello, and then you connect with them, it's your friend, and you invited them to your mud party, it's a blast, you don't have to join or buy. They say, are you trying to sell me something? Say, absolutely not, that's not for you. But I started this part-time new business called Mud Party. We're playing with the cool skincare where you take the mask off with a magnet. It wipes out wrinkles in 15 minutes. It's amazing. You gotta come, please do it. And I'm having 2 demonstrations because I need to learn how to do it. So I have one on Friday and one on Saturday. Which one you can make? And then you invite them to those parties, right? So they say, bingo, I'm coming, right? So that's one that you got your first yes out of 6s. Let's say you have somebody you called and they said, man, I really want to see it, but Friday I have a dinner with a friend, and Sunday my kid plays soccer, so I cannot make it to your party. Say, no problem. You really got to see it. Plus, it gives me a chance to practice. I'll come to you. I'll bring my party to your house. What day is the best for you for me to come to your house? And if you want, invite a neighbor or a friend or a mom or dad or a sister. Let them have it. I'll do a free demo. It will give me a chance to collect some pictures for my models. them before and after pictures. And you book a party and you schedule it in your schedule at their home. Now you have a party flowing from the list that maybe somebody could make it to your party, but you bring party to their house. Now the next phone call you're making to somebody and they say, man, is it one of those pyramids? I am not doing anything in my house until you tell me what it is. And you say, fine, let's meet for coffee. I'll show you a little bit. You're gonna be blown away even from a little bit that I'm gonna show you. Let's meet for coffee. And you book a what? At 5 hours and 5 minutes. And you schedule it in somewhere in between. My advice to you, do not ever eat lunch alone at work. You can book your 5 hours and 5 minutes at lunchtime at work. And so you sit down, you do a couple of products for them, and then you say, you think that salt and oil scrub and that buffer was awesome? You gotta see what it does to your face. Look, I have demonstrations at my house on Friday and Sunday. Do you think you can make to one of those? Now that you know it's not a pyramid scheme, and they say yes, or maybe they say, oh man, I cannot make it. Guess what you do? You book it at their house, and you're back to your rotation of where you're making. And you go through your phone calls, through those 6 phone calls on Tuesday, 6 phone calls on Wednesday, 6 phone calls on Thursday, and 6 phone calls on Friday. Now you'd say, well, Friday I'm having a party. I don't know if I should call people the same day. The answer is yes. You don't know what they can do. I always call people up until the very last minute, up until an hour before the party, and then it's game time. Then it's game time. We are having a party, the phone goes off, and all the important people will be there. So that is your daily money-making activity. Now, the only thing that I would add to those 6 to 10 phone calls, and again, I know we have some people that are running to diamond on this call, so on this webinar, so you want to make sure, obviously 6 phone calls is not going to be enough, so you want to amp it up to 10 to 15. And then the only thing that number 2 to your daily calls, I will add up prospecting, going out and out about while you guys are doing live, picking up 2 to 5 new phone numbers every day to add to that list. 2 to 5 phone numbers to add to this list. Guess what? If you pick, let's just say 3 phone numbers for the next 5 days, how many numbers are you gonna add up to your list? That's right, another 15 numbers. That means it's another 15 numbers you can call the next week or the week after, right? And those are fresh, you just prospected them, right? So you add the prospecting numbers 2 to 5 people every day. And the last thing, number 3 thing on your activity. So the first one is making your 6 to 10 phone calls, depending on what level you're running after. Number 2 is prospecting and adding 2 to 5 phone numbers, new numbers to your names list. And number 3 is read about 15 pages of a good book, a personal development book, or 15 minutes of audio or video. I have an incredible lady on the team. Her name is Kelly. Hi, Kelly. She's watching YouTube videos. You know, she says it's great because I can plug it in my phone. I can plug it in my ear, and while I'm driving, I can listen to it. What an incredible invention. Do you know how many YouTube videos are out there? You can have 3 different ones in the span of 15 minutes. So make sure to feed your brain with the positive information that allows you to think like a leader, that shapes you as a leader. The last thing that I want to make sure that, I know some people are watching us over the webinar with their teams together. Right now, I'm going to wrap it up. It's about 9 minutes past to when I wanted to finish. I want you guys to book your 2 parties or pre-book those 8 parties over the next 4 weeks and make at minimum couple calls right now. If you're on the West Coast, there's still about 20 minutes before 9. You can still call about a few people on your list and get those people to your parties. So with that, I want to wrap it up. I want to make sure to see you guys all at the Ignite convention with your list, with the daily method of operation of the money-making activity. And next week, same time, same place, we're going to do a 7 p.m. Pacific time, a recruiting webinar. And at 8 p.m., same time, same place, we're going to do a mud party, DMO, and MMA activity. So love you guys. See you next week. Appreciate you.